Hi, I'm Naomi. I'm an Outreach and Education Facilitator at Lethbridge Family Services Outreach and Education. In our last video on emotions and feelings, we mentioned that strong, uncomfortable emotions might be a sign of unmet needs. And in this video, we want to explore what that means. Meet the needs wheel. This wheel is based on Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And Maslow says that one need must be met before moving on to any of the others. Maslow did some of his research on Blackfoot land, and his theory is heavily influenced by Blackfoot philosophy. At Lethbridge Family Services, we recognize the impact that Indigenous ways of knowing has on this view of needs, and we recognize the importance of balance in well-being. On the needs wheel, no one need is more important than the other, and they all work together. The needs wheel includes safety, to love and be loved, belonging, empowerment, and self-worth. Safety could be safety in relationships, in your physical environment, or even in yourself as a person. To love and be loved is the only reciprocal need on the wheel, which means that for it to be met, you need to be able to give love and receive it. Belonging has to do with feeling like you have a place where you fit, whether that's with a group of people, a perspective, or an idea. Empowerment, an easy way to remember what empowerment actually means, is thinking about power over me. So being able to make choices about your life. And self-worth is that original sense of self-esteem. Like if you were to ask or say to a 5-year-old, hey, you're awesome, they'd probably say, yeah, I know. And that's the original self-esteem we're talking about. If our needs are unmet, we can feel a number of different emotions. So if our need for safety is not met, we might feel scared, anxious, alone. If we feel like we can't give love and receive it, we might feel isolated and empty and lonely. If we feel like we don't have that belonging met, like we don't have a place where we can fit, we might feel rejected or sad or hopeless. If we feel like we can't have power over ourselves, then we might feel helpless, small, victimized. And if we feel like we can't see our self-worth, that original sense of self-esteem, we might feel self-conscious and worthless and alone. For someone in a suicidal crisis, they feel like all of these needs are unmet at once, which means that they would feel hopeless, helpless, and worthless, the three main emotions of someone in a suicidal crisis. On the other hand, when our needs are met, we might feel, again, any number of emotions. So if we feel like our need for safety is met, we might feel secure and happy and comfortable. If we feel like we can give and receive love, we might feel warm and fuzzy and happy and valued. If we feel like we belong, we might feel accepted and valued and comfortable. If we feel like we're empowered and we have choice over ourselves, we can feel confident and proud and safe. And finally, if we feel like we can connect to our sense of self-worth, that can be a really joyful experience and we can feel content and just awesome. The way that we know that our needs are met or unmet is based on our emotions and how we feel. Some emotions fit into multiple needs, which shows that when we are connected to our internal and external resources, we can draw from one need to compensate for others.